We asked the viewers to observe Binance's performance for the next 2 years, record their findings, and even more so important, to kind of look at those overall market trends, market movements, and to graph those. They have quite an ecosystem that encompasses numerous financial tools for their users. And essentially, you can use this to trade, store, mine, and invest in various and sundry cryptocurrencies. Its presence is limited in a couple of countries like us and the UK due to some regulations. Kind of a key thing in the news. Last year, their founder pled guilty to money laundering charges and has stepped down. Recently, I believe he just started his 4 month sentence in prison. So, big thing in the news. Let's start with Sean.
Okay. Okay. So my first visual ideogram, I got a triangle. I can kind of see this in the logo. My next visual ideogram, I saw like this rectangular three-dimensional shape, which I can also kind of see morphing into that. The way that the logo is, I can see how my subconscious came up with that. I saw like a bar graph with continued steady stair-stepping climb, kind of like in an office. Got like the stale office air and the coffee smells, people talking. Kind of got a sense of a guy kind of excited with raised voices. But and then my last visual was this guy kind of biting his nails with this intense, like, moment of like anticipation of what's going to happen type of a feel. The energy, I felt like it was hard to describe, but this is what I saw is like I saw a spark and it was like steadily growing, but in fits and starts. It was like it would grow, it would stop, it would grow, it would stop. It wasn't linear, but it was definitely getting bigger as it progressed. And I'd never really had this come up in a session before, so I don't know what to make of it. But that's what I saw when I went to Blackboard for about 30 seconds.
All right. How about we go along with Derek?
All right. Share screen. More imagery. So I started probing for energy, and I see like a rocket breaking through the clouds. And together with this imagery of actual block and chain, solid, dependable architecture. I figured this is a metaphor and well positioned. And then for life other, definitely an element of AI, and seeing it pull queries from across its sphere of accessibility to synthesize its result, all within milliseconds. And it looks like a brain existing in the cloud. My attention was focusing on a fact that there are multiple AI entities existing within the somewhat common cloud space, and I became aware that they're communicating with each other, and I got a really creeped out feeling from that. It was very uncomfortable. It was like if you've ever traveled abroad and you're in a group of people and they're speaking the language you don't understand, but they keep looking at you. And that was the feeling. Like the graphs on the month had some ups and downs, and ending maybe slightly up.
Mr. Edward, you're next.
Okie
Next victim,
dokie.
please.
Let's get it going. So I was struggling with a graphic here. I AOL here on Internet Computer, but I was trying to get some, and I got what can commonly be considered some lack of fusion, but I put these things together. Let me get you guys out of the way. So I put these two together, flipped them around, and there you can see
Yeah, it's coming together.
where with the triangle in the middle. So just a little playing around there with a little bit of that yoga logo. I thought was kind of fun. Is it advantageous to invest in their project, though, I wonder? With a company who has an insider pass on the movement and shape of the industry, they have connection within the chain ecosystem. There is a positive, strong sense to this project. Though there's a form of abrupt changes seems to be taking place early 2026, a transformation of the project. So my charts are pretty positive. There's a couple of low points, but it's majority green here.
All right, Naeem, it is your turn.
I judge how, if I'm on target for these when if I can see the top person, I try and see who's the top person in charge. So I see this guy, and just for a moment, kind of the thing that stood out most was he had a widow's peak. That was kind of like the thing I noticed the most when I saw him for that second. But it's like a contest or a competition to him. So very competitive, well dressed, business minded, pushes hard. He's tech savvy, digital revolution type of person, has some cyberpunk influence, and may have some libertarian views. And that's the I forget his name. Shen Jingpeng, I think is his name. He's actually Canadian. He's like the richest Canadian. Yeah. So, but yeah, I really saw his widow's peak there.
He's the richest person in Canada.
Yeah, yeah. He's one of the richest crypto people in general. Like
Wow.
he's like, yeah, he's ridiculously rich. I think the thing he got in trouble for, I think they have to pay like $40 billion or some crazy amount. It's like it's probably chump change for them. And looking at the charts for the month, feels like there's a bump there, comes down. The 1 year.
All right, Dick, you're next up on the block.
I saw and drew the logo exactly right in the first 2 seconds. Thank you. And then I realized somebody left. Somebody had to leave for some nefarious reason, and they had to look for a replacement. The new boss is eccentric, innovative, mercurial, demanding. He gets results. They have a team meeting. We're going to kick ass. And here's my chart. It was up this month and then volatile for the next 2 years.
All right, last but certainly not least, Daz.
Okie dokie. Okay, so straight off the bat, a really energetic ideogram here showing some positive actions coming soon. Lots of ups and downs, then a boom kind of signal. Very frantic here, very positive feel. Again on this ideogram here, lots of intense activity soon this year with a big jump upwards. The logo itself, it was diamond shaped, something to do with coins, and then I was getting the angular shapes here which were opposing, so I think I pretty much nailed the logo in this one as well with these parts. So on the charts, this month generally up and down, but with a peak here and then a drop. The 1 year peaks and troughs, but generally up.
Yeah.